was it
What
feel
up?
to be in pads again?
Man, it feels amazing. It's a roller coaster of emotions. I was kind of all over the place, just kind of being back for the first time. But God don't make no mistakes, you know what I'm saying? I'm on God's timing. As much as the NFL is, on schedule and camp starts this day, this is all God's timing, you know what I mean? So you'll hear me say that a lot up here. I'm trusting in Him, and that's my strength in all of this right now.
How much of a hurdle was this for you?
A super big hurdle, as you can imagine, you know what I'm saying? Pretty much lost my life playing this sport, you know what I'm saying? So to come back and do it all over again, it's all over the place, you know what I mean? But I'm rooted in my faith. I'm rooted in, the love of that I receive from my family, my teammates, and the love all around the world. It keeps me going, you know what I'm saying? And I got goals that I still want to achieve within this game, And football teaches you so much about yourself. It teaches you so much about life. You learn so much about yourself through the game, you know what I mean? And honestly, nothing. What bigger challenge? You know what I mean? It's a challenge. So I'm embracing it.
What was it like for you out there mentally as you were out there during practice?
You know what I'm saying? For me, it was tough. Just first day in pads. But just trying to keep everything as normal as possible. And just having my family there today, that was like that joy, that brightness, just to keep everything in perspective. That I'm gonna be okay.
Damar, we talk a lot about the big moments, like first day of this, first day of that. What are the ordinary moments that help you kind of stay balanced? Of like, this is a sport I've done all my life. What are those small moments today that meant a lot to you?
Just staying on schedule, teammates just motivating you, grouping up with the DBs, whether it be, and us all being on the same page as far as our focus for the practice, you know what I'm saying? There's always a focus of each practice. So, just keeping that the main thing, and I always like to see the world, I always like to see the world bigger than myself and outside of myself. So, everybody that's taking our field is going through something mentally, whether you know it or not. So, I keep that in perspective as well, regardless of the situation or how in-depth it might be. But, everybody's going through their own situation. So I keep that in perspective, and I try to uplift everybody around me as well.
To have the Bronny situation happen just before, I mean, how much was that, and you spoke well out to your family, how much was that a reminder of anything can happen just right before the started?
Honestly, a super big reminder, you know what I'm saying? It put everything back in perspective for me. Prayers out to him, prayers out to his family. They've been really big and supportive and reaching out to my family as well, so I just want to be able to extend that back to them. And, I wanted to let him know I'll be there, for whatever he needs on his journey as far as his recovery and, getting back to his sport if that's what he chooses to do, you know what I mean? So, it put everything in perspective for me, but, I made a decision. My family, my mom and my dad, they were behind me, which either way I wanted to go, playing or not. So, but if this is the decision we're going to make, we're going to go with it and keep going. So, I made my decision, so, I'm living with it.
Damar, it's one
You
thing.
through a good portion of the practice, and you didn't seem hesitant all that much. I mean, I saw you step up a couple of times into some potential contact and that sort of a thing. Can you kind of take us inside that a little bit? What is that like mentally for you in those moments? Are you hesitant at all, I guess, is my question?
Man, this is a football. You can't hit that field with no hesitation. You know what I'm saying? You put yourself in more danger by doing that. So you know what I mean? Like I said, I made the choice to play. But I'm processing 1,000 emotions. I'm not afraid to say that I'm. It crosses my mind of being a little scared. Here and there. But like I say, my strength is rooted in my faith, and my faith is stronger than any fear. And so that's what I want to preach up here, and that's the message I want to spread onto the world. That as long as your faith is stronger than your fears, you can get through anything. And so that's what I'm living by right now.
Damar, it's one thing to basically, talk about your experience and encourage people to, get certified, but you've been really at the forefront of being a part of that. What's that been like for you this offseason to go to these places and really be involved in all that at the forefront?
I feel like it's a new mission for me. It's pretty much just growing through what you go through. And, I feel like it's a personal mission to travel the world and get everybody CPR certified, you know what I mean? So over the offseason this year, we went in Pittsburgh, we did Buffalo, and we did Cincinnati events through my foundation as far as, getting as many people as we can in the city CPR certified and donating AEDs to the local youth sports leagues, across the town. So, that's my mission. I couldn't conquer the world in one offseason, but, we're in the works of planning so many more cities, you know, as far as next year and in years on and years on to come, you know. So that'll be my mission forever because it's so important and it's so effective and it affected me directly. So, you know, I like that's how you find purpose, you know what I'm saying, by going through something and then, you know, learning from it and making the world a better place from things like that. So, you know.
Damar, you said you have more goals when it comes to football and obviously off the field as well. What are some of those goals, maybe when it comes to football specifically, and how do you kind of balance that with being like, it's just another practice, and also like kind of crossing off some of those goals?
Well, right now, my goals is just one day at a time. You know, even my big goals, honestly, I can't even focus on those right now. So my goals is just one day at a time, just coming out and practice, focusing on one period, 1 second, one play, one step at a time, honestly. So, you know, my big goals, I can't even mention them right now because I'll be in the wrong headspace even thinking about them. You know, thinking that far down the line, it kind of, it makes me not lose focus, but it puts emotions inside of me that I don't even need to be dealing with or processing right now. So as long as I stay one day at a time, one step at a time, 1 second at a time, one meeting at a time, you know, I stay in the right headspace, you know. And my mindset right now is just being ready for the Buffalo Bills whenever they need me.
How's your family out there to kind of see you? Obviously, they've been with you this whole journey. But what is that like, you know, the celebration of putting on full hats and being able to be out there and having them here as well?
Oh, man, you see, I brighten up when you talk about my family. But it means everything to me, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are the same people that was in the room with me when I was in the hospital bed, going through my worst moments of the process, you know what I'm saying? I remember being in the hospital bed and my little brother being like, he faster than me right now, you know what I'm saying? He thinking he faster than me right now, and I'm like, it ain't gonna last too long, you know what I mean? But, you know, just to have them out there, you know, I'm thinking about moments like that, and, you know, we overcame a lot, you know, my entire life, you know what I'm saying? So this is just another milestone on that journey, you know. It might be one of the biggest ones, but it's just another milestone on the journey, another hurdle that, you know, we've overcame. That kind of been our story all along if you check the receipts.
Damar, how's your conversations with the team? Has it changed? Is it more ongoing? Is it any different than it's been maybe if you were coming off an injury? I mean, do you have constant conversations about how you're doing?
I mean, my brothers they do a good job checking on me and making sure I'm doing well, you know what I'm saying? And if they see anything off, nobody hesitates to come speak to me, have a one-on-one conversation with me, you know, but my brothers do a good job of, you know, checking on me mentally and, you know, just keeping everything in perspective. You know, they really do a good job. So, you know, I feel like most at peace when I'm here, when I'm in Buffalo, when I'm with my teammates and I'm back around this game. I get my most peace here.
I'm sorry, is it any different with Sean and the coaching staff? Is there any more conversations now, or is it just regular?
I mean, obviously, you know, it's a sensitive situation, so, you know, it's kind of, you know, they always tell me it's at my pace, at my tempo, you know what I'm saying? And, like, you know, they do a really good job of also, you know, coaching me up the same way and integrate me into the group the same way, you know what I mean? And that's what I want, you know. I honestly would love to, like, you know, do this whole process under a rock, get myself together, and then pop back out when I feel like my best, you know what I mean? But, you know, I think there's strength in you know, going through a process in front of everybody's eyes. You know, it shows vulnerability, it shows strength, it shows perseverance, and, you know, that's things I would love to stand for.
Damar, we saw a couple of moments today where you just kind of looked up in the sky and you were just kind of taking it all in for a couple of moments. During those moments, what are you thinking?
I'm just thankful. You know what I'm saying? I'm thankful. I'm just blessed to be able to do what I wanted to do as a kid. Again, you know, at the highest level. You know, after going through such a traumatic situation, you know, to be able to come out here and compete again at the highest level in the world. You know what I'm saying? That's such a blessing, and that's such a blessed space to be in. You know, even outside of all the, you know, other end of it, all the thoughts I could be thinking about. You know, regardless of if things might happen again, might cross my mind like that. You know, I always take a second to keep things in perspective. That ultimately, like, life is bigger than football, you know what I'm saying? But this is what I love to do. So to be able to do what I love again at the highest level is just a blessing. So that's just me just keeping stuff in reality, checking myself, and just, you know, just letting myself just let go and have fun. You know, kind of being that little kid again in the sport.
Sorry. Have you changed any padding at all? Have you had any different?
Pretty much same regimen, you know what I'm saying? Same regimen as far as my padding.
Damar, it was during the red zone drill.
I know they check in with everyone, but was there anything different about that today, just with the AT staff?
Well, you know, me and the training staff, we have our personal check-ins always throughout the day. You know what I'm saying? Even outside of like just body stuff on the field. Or, you know, we have our check-ins in the training room and throughout the day, and, you know, we FaceTime at night, you know what I'm saying? And off days, you know, we do our own thing. So, you know, that's like extended family to me. It's a personal relationship with everyone as far as the training staff, you know what I'm saying? Just from going through such a deep situation like that together. And then, you know, they saved my life. So, you know, I love them forever. And I got so many, you know, so many years of gratitude to show them, you know what I'm saying?
Were you hoping for more balls being thrown your way? I mean,
of course.
Because it seemed like they're always going the other way. But when you did during the red zone drill at the end zone, you wrapped up Damien Harris, and like I think that was your first so-called tackle. What did it feel like?
Yeah, well, I mean, ball's not coming my way. That make you think you're doing your job right. But you know, I would love some more opportunities, you know, make a big play and, you know, turn practice up a little bit. But I mean, that first little moment of contact, that was just letting me know, like, it just felt alive, man. It felt like I'm here, you know. I'm overcoming 1,000 and 1,000 and 1,000 of one's emotions, and I'm processing them all at one time. You know what I mean? While trying to focus and execute at the highest level in the world. You know what I mean? So, you know, it felt good. It was just that moment of just like, all right, let's just settle in and let's just one play at a time. Let's just keep going.
Did you experience any substantial?
What would it mean for you tomorrow to have today behind you now?
Well, you know what I mean. For me, it never was about the first moment of contact. You know what I'm saying? It never was about the first one, because what happened to me, it was such random, and it was any moment. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but that feeling, you know, it'll never go away. First day, last day, when I retire, you know, it'll never go away. You know, but like I said, man, my faith is stronger than that fear that's in there. You know what I mean? And when I hit that field, I'm not thinking twice, you know what I mean? I'm going to go make a tackle just like I would any other day, whatever happened to me. But those feelings will be in there forever, you know, and I'm not afraid to say that.
John mentioned your first moment of contact. Did you experience any substantial contact throughout there today that you can recall?
I mean, normal practice contact. I ain't get no sideline one-on-one head collision, you know what I mean? But normal contact, I felt okay.
How much are you anticipating that if you do get that opportunity on the sideline to lay a little bit of lumber?
Good. You know, I'm a defensive player. I'm a physical player, just like I've been. You know what I mean? I was, 90 tackles in last year, you know, without even thinking. You know, that's a part of my game. That's what I do. I see ball, go get ball. You know what I mean? That's what you learn as a kid. That's pretty much my brother's level. And, you know, the game is simple. The game is it's a simple game, you know what I mean? And it's all about the details. So whatever happens, happens.
How about your interaction?
Are you faster than him now?
Super. Way faster than him. Yeah. And I would never let him beat me in a race, ever.
How do you process some of those emotions? Like you mentioned, feeling thousands of emotions. Do you take time to yourself later today? Is it having your family here, talking about it with them? What do you do to make sure you're also taking the time to feel all those things?
Yeah, I mean, I have things I do. You know, I have a daily devotional book I read, and I shape my day around those. You know, each day it's a new message. You know what I mean? I have people that I talk to, my family, Dr. Daz, just therapists, and just personal friends. You know what I mean? And just everybody around here. Like I said, I get my most peace when I'm back here playing football and doing what I love. You know, the game of football and being back in it. You know, nothing really requires you to be at your best self and operate at your highest level of yourself, you know, than this game, you know. Well, personally in my life, that's what it is. So, you know, just each and every day, just trying to be my best self, showing up, you know, whether I make mistakes or not, just putting them behind me and keep trying to grow, you know, and just staying rooted in my faith, staying rooted in the things that matter, trying to cut out any unnecessary junk that don't matter, just filtering out all of the good from the bad, you know what I mean, and just keeping a good perspective that the world is bigger than just one person. You know, the world is bigger than my situation. You know, there's people out here starving. There's people out here, you know, homeless, hungry. You know what I mean? So everyone has their own situation. So perspective is a big thing for me.
Have the offensive guys been comfortable trash talking to you already?
Yeah, we get it on. You know what I'm saying? We've been doing that back since OTAs, but that's just us pushing each other. You know what I'm saying? We want to bring the best out of each other. Even defense to defense, you know, we pushing each other, trying to bring the best out of each other. It's a competitive place here. You know what I'm saying? But that's the culture McDermott created, and you know, we just all fall under it and just try to be our best selves every day.
Do you allow yourself to look ahead to the in-game preseason game in your day-to-day work?
I mean, now that I'm actually back in football, like, you know, I'm in pads, I'm playing the game of football, you know, that's the first time that we'll be playing someone else. So, you know, I kind of think about it. But like I say, man, any thinking forward, I can't do that right now. It puts too many emotions, too much processing, too much thinking in my head, you know what I mean? So I'm day by day, like I'm second by second, day by day, each and every day, like each and every day. So whenever you thinking day by day, just think of me and I'm thinking day by day.
What's been the experience?
What's it been like for you to have Hyde and Poyer back with you? I have them both back from injury back.
Man, I mean everything to me. You know what I mean? That really means everything to me. Honestly, that's how I know the Buffalo Bills. Like that's how I know it. That's how I know it. You know what I mean? And like seeing them work together, that's like it's like a sheet of music. You know what I'm saying? It's really like art. It's so much chemistry. 7 years. You know what I mean? It's so much chemistry there. It's so much like connection that like you know I learned so much about our defense, about the NFL, about football, you know, just watching them. So to be able to have them back and just see how they work and just, you know, shape my game off of how they played the game within our system, you know what I mean? It's everything to me to be able to have that and to grow myself off of that. So it's definitely an advantage that'll I'll pay forward, you know, whenever I can.
Physically, you've been through so much emotionally. Talk about all of that, but like emotionally, what does today mean for you as a process?
It's another milestone, you know what I'm saying? We've been getting over hurdles just from, you know, everything as far as medical, you know, getting out of the hospital to, you know, getting off of tubes and getting off of stuff like that, you know what I mean? All the way to, you know, running again, you know, not having oxygen, like, you know, all the way to practicing again, OTAs, putting a helmet on, put my cleats on, put my gloves on, put my mouthpiece in, like, you know, putting shoulder pads on, you know what I mean? So it's another hurdle. It's just another milestone as far as the journey, you know. It's going to be a long journey, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, some of these emotions will never leave, you know. Whenever everybody's not paying attention to me no more, you know, I'll still be processing these emotions myself, you know, and I know that. But, you know, it's just another hurdle. It's another thing we got over. And I've been doing a good job at pushing myself to get through these tough things, you know what I'm saying? I never let myself just, like, shy away from them, you know. I've been putting myself in uncomfortable situations, you know, but we grow in those situations, you know, and what other, you know, I kind of look at it like a challenge. Me and our head trainer, Nate Bresky, we talked about it like, he said he was a little bit jealous of me, you know what I'm saying, because like when in life do we get to encounter challenges like this and overcome things like this, you know? Not too many people get this level of overcoming something and being able to stand for so many good things. So, you know, to be able to be a chosen one and to be able to be the one to overcome something so big, you know what I mean? It's a blessed space, and it's a bunch of opportunity in there as well if you choose to look at it that way.
What's it been like experiencing the fans out here? A lot of 3 jerseys, they're calling out your name every time you come by. Just to be around them, experiencing this atmosphere at training camp, what's that been like?
Man, it's all love. Like it's all love. They could pick you up from a bad day, you know what I mean? You can go out there, have a super bad practice, and go sign some autographs, and you'll feel like you made a bunch of days again. At least for me, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, life's bigger than football, you know what I'm saying? So people carry those moments forever. I remember moments being a Pittsburgh kid, you know, doing drills with Palomalu, getting signatures from players like that I still got out of my house at home. And I still carry those moments with me, which is why I make sure every day I go over there and show some love, because it was so much love showed to me, and it's continuously still going, that every day, man, I feel an obligation to extend my hand and show some love back every chance I get.
Damar, being back at practice, being at training camp, going through routine, is life starting to feel more normal to you, or do you feel like normal just doesn't exist?
Man, sometimes it's like normal don't exist, you know what I mean? But it's a blessed space, you know what I mean? It's a super blessed space. But, you know, to be able to do what I love again, you know, that's kind of the normal thing. And, you know, my dad has been preaching, like, you know, just trying to make everything as normal as possible, you know. But, you know, as far as my situation, you know, it's a unique situation. And I have to, you know, I will live with that forever, you know what I mean? I'll sit with that forever. But, you know, I try to keep things as normal as possible. Like I said, I wish I could do this process under a rock, you know what I'm saying, just to myself, and pop out whenever I felt like I was super duper, you know, ready to be a Pro Bowler, you know what I'm saying. But I think it's power in being out here every day and doing my process in front of the world, you know. And I always wanted to stand for something bigger than myself. Was my goal my whole life, you know. I had goals within this game, But, you know, life goals, that was the biggest thing. I wanted to stand for something bigger than myself, and I have the opportunity to do that now, and I'm gonna fulfill that.
Damar, was there a moment when you made the decision to be public about it, to not go under the rock like you said, and you know deal with it privately as you have the right to do, but like to take this public platform and talk about everything you're going through?
I mean, there really wasn't no choice. Before I even woke up, it was the world I knew was changed. You know what I mean? And you know, those days in the hospital, I was, you know, still trying to move. Once I was, you know, functioning, I was trying to move like everything was, you know, still the same. And my dad was just, you know, he had to like keep me in check that, like, you know, you wasn't, you know, you didn't. As much as I went through it, you know, I really wasn't going through it how the world experienced it and how my family experienced it. You know what I mean? So I had to understand that and keep that in perspective as well.
How have you dealt with? Do you like with your teammates? Are you sometimes like, hey, let's just go about today like it's normal, or do you not have to have those conversations? Is there anything you tell them proactively, or are they just kind of reacting to how you go? If that makes sense.
I mean, a little bit of both. You know, sometimes just like people just kind of just see my energy, they check my energy, you know, and I'm a high energy type of dude, you know what I'm saying? Like you'll feel my energy in the room, in any room I'm in. So, you know, some people don't see it, they'll check it, like, you know, they'll come check on me and make sure I'm straight. Micah Hyde, he really been real big on like checking on me, you know what I'm saying? Because he went through his own situation, you know what I'm saying? A season-ending injury, a neck injury, you know what I mean? So coming back from that's not easy. So, you know, I really appreciate, you know, even everything he's going through as far as his process and first day back hitting, you know what I'm saying? To be checking on me like that really means a lot to me, you know what I'm saying? Dane Jackson, like that's like my boy. That's my everything for right now, you know, because he understands me to a whole different level, even outside of the NFL and everything like that, you know, so, you know, he's big on just keeping everything in perspective and just pushing me, you know, and a lot of people, Tim Settle, just everybody, Steph, Josh, man, the whole team, man, from top down, the whole roster, you know. We do it. Damian Harris, that's another one I want to point out. We had a real good conversation in between special teams drills just about, you know, God's timing is never wrong, you know what I'm saying? And he's in the details, you know what I'm saying? So as long as you stay focused on the details, you know, you'll be all right, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, he been doing a real good job, but just you know, it's always good to see you three. Like that, I appreciate little stuff like that. But, you know, roster top down, you know, everybody's doing a good job. But, you know, they don't feel my energy. They gonna check it, and we gonna make sure that we get it right. You know what I'm saying? Because we all got a goal. You know what I'm saying? My story, you know, it's we all got a goal, man. And the storybook ending will be the end. How y'all know that we want to end it.
Thanks so much.
Thank y'all.